Hey guys, and welcome back again to my channel. And so today I will play this event, which of course you guys probably are already familiar because it's a reboot, or maybe should we call it a rerun of a previous event. But today is conveniently the birthday of 3 characters at once: Klee, Kuki, Shinobu, and Yanfei. And so let's read all of those messages, and also of course Heizou, I forgot to read his message. And there you go, a lot of specialty dishes. The dish that you will specially get only by random chance. I think it was around 10% when you cook their desired meal. Right, interesting. So what a better way to start this event with a reminder that well, of course, if you've guys seen my previous video before, I've played Forza Horizon 3, and yes, I uploaded that video too. If you've seen that video, you probably see a very not suboptimal state of the video, such as the low quality and the glitchy audio. Well, just to say that while recording, in my perspective, it looks good, the audio works, but in the result of the recording, it's not as good as what I see. So I'm sorry if you guys will have to experience that. So I just uploaded that video anyway, and the funniest thing is that it got 270 views, which is one of the highest viewed videos of from my channel of all time, which I think is quite funny because the video's quality isn't even that good. Maybe because of the thumbnail and the titles and stuff. Anyway, let's just go back to this challenge and complete it on one go. So if you've seen this event, of course, previously I've played this event, but with one unfortunate thing that I forgot to do. This event is way more fun with thogh, and now I have realized that and used that to my advantage. So today, from this point on, I will play this event with thogh. Now I know there will be a lot of noises. Oh, I can already hear, like, you know, Sucrose is not a 5-star character that people can get. So if we get to the 5-star characters such as like Kazuha, I mean, well, people are going to be like spamming stuff and whatnot, because like, hey, at least they can experience the character for free, and they can spam the burst every time they want. Like, what kind of opportunity gives you this exact same advantage? And I believe with that much chaos, I don't think you can even hear what I'm saying. Like, okay, the loading will take kind of some time, so okay. So with that much chaos, I don't think you can even hear what I'm saying. Right, we're back of this again. If you know what this game is, it's probably like some sort of like match 3 game, except we are destroying like the bottom part of the thing and try to destroy every single thing. I've experienced this one before. It's like it's the same type of gameplay I've experienced before. Okay, is this okay with teamwork? This is much more better. All right. In fact, there's not much to talk about. It's interesting gameplay, right? So far, this one is one of the challenges that take the most to complete. But I guess, well, the main objective is like to just destroy them, break, and then wait for them to fall. There's not much else to it really, and then sometimes it just explode. I don't know, but from what I see, it's like the more breaks you destroy, like the more power you get. That's kind of like that stuff. See? Okay. Honestly, it's kind of repetitive if you put it that way. All right. If not for teamworks and stuff, I think I'll get bored very easily. So I recommend playing this type of event with gameplay. I mean, with your teammate, with thogh turned on. And this is the Xiao challenge, okay? This is the only this is the only thing that Xiao can do. The difference is that, of course, they have to tweak the character a little bit from this one challenge. Of course, I don't have Xiao. I wish for Xiao, but didn't get him. But for this specific event, they tweaked Xiao, I believe so that, well, his burst duration is infinite, or at least longer than the event duration. See that 10 minutes? Probably his burst duration is 10 minutes or something like that. By that point, well, it already ended, but see, with that much people to help you, it's not really a problem. Like, you just go there and do whatever you want, or maybe just do nothing and your team will, okay, don't do that, okay? At least help them. Honestly, well, it's quite fun, but like, kind of unpredictable at times. You're not fighting against them, you are like helping as a team. I think it'll be interesting to see, like, to divide this kind of gameplay to like 2 teams category, like who scores the most goal, or like get the most coins. I think that will be an interesting type of gameplay right there. Because I feel like this will get repetitively repeated, and well, helping each other is a good thing, but competing against each other is also a good thing in this type of gameplay, and I'd like to see more of it, to be honest with you. And okay, we've reached just enough coins. All right, challenge completed. There's only 3, and okay, there are too many people leaving that it just lags. Like, bro, I cannot find the exit. Okay, now I can. Only 2 people exits, which means I joined someone else's world, and then I quit. All right. Well, sorry to cut this video because the loading is too long. Of course, my future me is going to calculate how much is that. All right, it's around 1 minute or even more, I think. So maybe I'll just cut that. The loading is going to save you some time. Okay, let's go to this one first. Okay. All right, sounds pretty simplistic. I don't think I'm going to like read this here because I feel like the loading screen gives me just enough time to read what I'm basically doing, and even by then, like, I can already make sense of the situation, right? And here we go with one of the newer characters. I think I suppose we don't have like okay. It's interesting that we also can chat. We can also chat in like what is that event again? Wind Trace. Wind Trace? Yeah, I think the one where you some sort of a cat and mouse game. And if you are really paying attention here, the music is the exact same one we get in the Golden Apple Archipelago. Awesome! It really brings the memories back then, the very beginning when I play at the 1.6 update, because I really don't know the concept of events that much at that. I mean, at the earlier part where I played this game. Honestly, it's kind of fun if you play with co-op. Like, I don't even know how you score this because I'm like, all right, let's just do whatever I want, just random throw, go, some sort of like that, and we just score. Like, maybe you don't even have to be that accurate. Just aim it in the ring and then it will just count. I don't know, honestly. At least they don't require like extreme accuracy. This isn't even an FPS game. Maybe the only part in this game that requires accuracy is like the enemy's weak point, and then that's basically it. This event is like easy. Even if you are main a bow character, this should not be a problem. Okay. Well, at least because like, or maybe it's just a little bit different, but yeah, I think, okay, most of the time Yaoyao's throw is kind of consistent. The same cannot be said for Ambra though, because I've tried doing it once, I think in the 2.8 update once, and it's not very consistent because the longer you hold, the further she'll throw, and that causes a lot of problems. And this is again the football game. I don't think we have Heizou back then when we do the football event, but the only thing I can remember back when this event existed is that okay, nobody is scoring goal here, so I'll try it here, I remember struggling it because like I was working alone now, but now with a team, I don't think I have to worry about it anymore. But I believe back then it was in 2-point-ish update because I don't think like. Okay, all right. So this event, if you've tried to at least kick something with Heizou, you will probably notice a bit strangely. Sometimes the angle isn't just correct, so you have to try again. Well, this isn't a game designed for kicking slimes into like these sort of things, but I guess it's just fun. It's a fun game. I really wish they add like some sort of competition between two teams, because that will be fun. That's going to be a great suggestion for this event going forward. Right, let's see how much we got. We pretty much got 48 out of 70. I don't know how much a big one should score. Alright. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, I think the yellow thingy is supposed to give you some sort of stamina boost or something like that. And while we're at it, let's just finish this event, because whoa, what was that? I believe I kicked the slime. Okay, at least it's completed now. I believe I kicked the slime not in that direction, definitely, but okay, that was weird. Alright, we're back again with this event. Exact same one as the first one we got back on that the very first one we played, of course. There's like, I think 4 stages, and the final one is just like randomized, right? And what do we do here? Just spam. And I hope you can hear what I'm saying, because like this is pure chaos. Like literally, you just spam everything. You cannot go wrong with this. And I believe that, okay, I think I just realized what I meant. I believe in the previous event there is Nahida. If I'm not mistaken, there was Nahida. So I think the event should start at least like 2.2. Yes, because Wanderer was released at 2.3 and Wanderer was not there. So I think 2.2 is like the last time this event released, and challenge completed. Oh, we have to wait for an error again because everyone tried leaving, including me, because let me see. Yes, apparently only 2 people left, which means I am in someone else's world and I have to leave, and I have to cut this part again. Okay, see you later. Alright, I am in Inazuma City, and why am I moving through places? Because I want to experience every single part of this map. Alright, which means I already can claim 2 rewards, which means there is really not anything that have to be met, or like beating the time challenge to get the reward, because just play and get your reward. This is not time consuming. I'll say, I mean, it's not hard, but I recommend to play with co-op because it's more fun to do it that way than if you don't do co-op, it'll be time consuming, because I've tried it before and it's not good. And so if this is what I think it is, it's like using a item skill to like elevate yourself, and currently there are no coins, or maybe I'm just lagging or something. Yep, there are already coins spawning, and you just collect the coins like that, I guess. And oh, there are a lot of them. I don't really see how a item skill would be I mean, give us any advance here, perhaps with the exception of that floating coins, because I feel like I mean, you can't go back up with his skill, right? So I mean, this isn't really using his skill to the like fullest potential, I'll say like that, because there are some big coins that you will need his skill, but there are some that you don't. This one definitely needs his skill. Right there, boom, you got it. You got a coin, right? Very self-explanatory. But for example, if you fall, I'm just going to. You can collect that coin too, And when you fall, you cannot use his skill to go back up. And I don't really know if they use some sort of like basic cooldown, and see, it's not that hard to collect the coins back. And when you fall, for example, a bit further, you cannot use his skill to go back up. So I don't really see how his skill was taken up to like, I mean, used optimally in this part. You can definitely do a non-skill challenge here, and it will just went out very smoothly. I think the one that would, I mean, the kind of challenge that would use his skill would be some sort of like parkour or something like that. But it could be a bit skill-based if you do parkour or something like that, because some people use a device that can help them, like a PC, but some people use phones, which is I think a bit harder to control in terms of like parkour or something like that. So yeah, I can see the reason why they're going with this, and this one is kind of different. You see, we are controlling a character, the first character that can fly in a straight line. I'll have to put that word. Oh, okay. Okay, why do I keep getting hit? Alright, so the point... This is getting annoying. Okay, how do we demonstrate it? So, if you know this, you just attack this part, okay? And you float. Well, basically just attacking this. And just hope you don't get hit, because like... Hey, at least I'm behind the attack. That's good. So, because apparently if you get hit, your height will be reset, which is not good. And you can also speed up, and it will not consume whatever that blue bar is. Alright, and... Okay, that's our new attack. And this attack is different because it attacks on all angles. And I don't really like it. Like, bruh, if I get hit, I will come back again, like, at this altitude, and then I get hit again, and then I rise up again, and got hit again. Okay, this is getting annoying. Like, bro, that is like a 4 combo or something like that. Yeah, you see, it kind of gets frustrating, but with co-op, it's not that much frustrating. It's more like fun, enjoyable at least. You just laugh about it, haha, and then just carry on, collect coins and whatnot.
Search for it.
Alright, we are at 250, which is halfway through. Oh no, we're going to face this beast again, are we?
That's far enough.
Yep, exactly. You see how this can become frustrating if you do it alone. At least with teamwork, if you get hit multiple multiple times, you can at least like rely on your team. And don't worry, someone else will do it anyway. Well, it works. Okay, let's get to okay, I'm not wrong altitude right there. All right, now I can collect as much coin as I want as my reward for completing this challenge. Okay, there's one downside though. You can't go down once you go up, because who would do that in real life? I mean, not real life, but like outside of this event, like who would go up and go down? At that point, you would just cancel the skill and just glide normally. So there's not any effective way to do it. This is smash and bash, okay? It's the exact same one we already did.
I must leave no
Like,
stone unturned.
but the difference is that this character, okay, Noelle, burst can extend her claymore, and that's just basically it. We're just doing the exact same thing again. Well, at least like there's really no catch. It's just the exact same thing like the one we did before. Nobody is hitting these boxes. I wonder why. Like, it isn't. I mean, even when there are nothing there, I think we still need to hit it, because like we are anticipating. See, at least there are something here. Make sure to like hit every side of the wall, so at least if there are something, you bring them down like that one. See? Okay. I don't. There are no tips in this game. Just play whatever you want. If you guys want to give any other player some tips, feel free to comment down below. Pretty much, you just do whatever you want here and complete it. That's basically it. There's no strings attached, no catch or whatever. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention, in my previous video in Valeria Mirage, the last part at least, I forgot to include the dialogue you would have with character after the event quest. Like, usually they would stand around in some places and you can talk with them, but I forgot. So I forgot to record it. So the video is less than 30 minutes. Alright, I am back again in Watatsumi Island. And this time... Alright, so I re-recorded again because I disconnected, unfortunately, and I have to reload the game, which is unfortunate. So that resulted in a loss of recordings about 3 minutes, but don't worry, I disconnected very early on, so not in the very late where I couldn't, where I fight so much to the point where well, that feels like a huge waste of time. Don't worry, I didn't really lose a lot of time. Alright, remember what I say about Amber's Baron Bunny? It'll become useful here because, see, the longer I hold, the further it goes. Instead of aiming with some sort of like camera, where the camera goes, or like using your bow, aim wherever it goes. If you go too far, there's no going back other than throw it and wait for the cooldown. By the way, I found this out on 2.8 update, and I played this game on 1.4 update. That is a far long journey until I get to know how Amber actually works. But at least I fully know how she works now, and I think I get to know at least how the ring works. There's like, let's call it the golden ring. The golden ring you can throw pretty much anytime you want and it'll not disappear, but these like normal rings, they will disappear once you get a shot. So I think that's basically how it works, and other than that, it's just pretty normal. Let me just show you how it works, and yep, it will disappear once you get a shot, and that's basically it. Well, do it and repeat with Amber's unusually clunky ways of throwing the Baron Bunny, which is the only reason why you don't click and hold and wait before the rings sort of like spawn or appear, because then you would be too far away to throw or do anything, right? And now this is where we get to the, well, weird part, because you just run. It's basically, it says boulder run, or should I call it constant run. You just run and then that's it. You don't do any other thing. There's no strings attached. You just run. Maybe except on the part where you need to jump, but other than that, you just run. That's it. And let me demonstrate to you, okay? You see those coins? You collect those, right? This is basically still the simple part. You just collect those coins, and when your skill runs out, just use it again. There are no cooldown, so it's unlimited, pretty much unlimited here. The only problem is, well, those balloon, and while doing co-op, those hitboxes is gonna get very annoying sometimes. Just see me play and see the hitboxes getting very weird. Like very weird. Alright, and we're not getting to a hard part yet, not yet. Not this one. The hard part is when the coin spawns above and then they provide you with some kind of a boost in jumping. This hitbox is getting pretty funny. Alright, not yet. And I think this is it. Yep, they provide you with those like jumping ability of stuff to collect those coins. That's it. And just hope that you did manage to catch it. Or if you hate jumping, you just get hit by one of these balloon thingy or whatever that is, and hope that it plunges you just enough up to get those coins. Other than that, that's it. You just run and jump. There are no other things other than that. Just do it all over again. Yep. And just hope that those hitboxes won't bother you. Okay, now this is the very strange part. So, a close home run. The name suggests you just hit some kind of the balls, but don't do it with your normal attack, by the way, because I've tried it in the first time and it doesn't work. So let me demonstrate to you just a moment. So basically, there will be balls, some sort of balls here, and your mission is to hit them. But if you hit it without using your skill, you can't, because the button isn't available. And there will be those, let's just call it rebellious balls, colored in yellow. Gives you more point, but harder to hit and more unpredictable. And so, well, that's basically it. And it'll be divided into 4 section, and each player will just hit their own section, and that score will kind of accumulate. And also, sometimes the yellow ball doesn't care at all. Doesn't care if you would hit it or not. It would just appear in such an unusual pattern that even if you try, you would fail to hit it. And I'm not joking. Okay. Other than that, well, you're just hitting balls. How hard can it be? Except when you specifically want to aim for those yellow balls, I don't think this is frustrating. It's kind of funny at best. And you just do it until you get enough score. Self-explanatory. I think there is another character that are doing this kind of like home run challenge. I don't know if I remember it right, other than Beto, but for now at least, let's just complete this challenge. And there we go. This is our last challenge, and challenge completed. Okay, everyone's living again, and it's going to lag again, unfortunately. Okay, I'm still in someone else's world. Like, how rare it is for the event to be held in my world instead of their world. Okay, we are back in Liyue in the evening, where the glazed lily will sort of bloom or something like that. And oh, it's the same event again, except for the last one, I guess. Well, the first 2 event is the event we have experienced before. The difference being, well, they kind of like mock Heqiang with the inclusion of her, because like Haitam and Heqiang is like almost similar in terms of skill. Like you teleport, that's it. And this type of event, they don't really well, I mean, I wouldn't say like they didn't utilize the skill, but I'll say that it utilizes it in a weird way, and sort of like it finds very limited usage even here. So I don't really see the reason to use the skill except on a very specific condition. So if maybe they would like do a little parkour, like it's hard to make a parkour game that are doable in co-op, other than I mean, it's not bad, but like it's underutilizing the skill. And well, yeah, that's it. Honestly, yeah, for me it's also hard to think about the kind of parkour that 4 people can do together. So, and yeah, if everyone, I mean, if the host goes to the bottom part, apparently the map just deloads entirely. Well, that's kind of weird. Maybe, yeah, it definitely saves like your phone resource or your device resource from like overloading with that much coins. But like, imagine you are like the only one standing above, and then like it deloads because the host is like in the bottom part. That can get kind of annoying, you know. But when will that even happen? Maybe my experience is just a rare change or whatever. Okay. How far are we? 379. Okay, we're already complete. So, well, that's basically it. This time, at least they are in one way or the other a bit different from the one we do with Heizou. This one utilizes a reaction and a side effect of a reaction, because if you apparently do an overloaded team, which is basically Pyro and Electro, you'll have to deal with a way to collect the enemies again, because once you do that exact reaction to the enemies, they will just, boom, go further to you. So, is that a good thing or a bad thing? For me, it's kind of a bad thing, because, like, the reason you want to attack enemies is that you would have to attack them again, not to push them further from you. So that's kind of like the problem with this underlying elemental reaction, and they utilize it for this event, which is like to push the enemies around. And I don't know if it's harder to aim. Okay, I just saw the slime move. Are slimes allowed to move even? Alright, so, well, you basically do that again and again. And I don't know if there are, see, if you see her throwing animation, it's kind of like a bit skewed. So she threw the, what is it, Jumpty Dumpty in an angle, so like it doesn't really move in straight line. So this is a bit more unpredictable if you use Klee. If you use Yanfei, however, it's much more predictable, but I'm not sure if you would hit the ball most of the time. It's just kind of weird to do footballing in this way. Well, yeah, that's basically it. Maybe there are some more strategies to use. I'm just going to let's throw this kind of slime to here, because nobody's here. Alright, 53. So, there's still a lot. We'll just, okay, there's this one left. Okay, it's pretty much unpredictable at best, I think. I suggest playing this event with friends. If you do have real-life friends that to play Genshin, I suggest you invite them to your world and then just do a match of this event. I don't know if it's possible, but I hope it's possible, because it'll be so much fun doing it that way. Alright, so far, so good. Alright, there you go. Challenge completed. Okay, and now to the worst part of the event. This, in my opinion, is the worst part of the event, because it does not work for me. Have you tried doing this? Yes, I do. 3 times in fact. Back then, I'll have to do it. I think I don't know if I did it twice or once, but it doesn't work. And the other one, I use Ayaka. Of course, as the name suggests, you just use Ayaka and sprint. And somehow I died there. Very weird and very strange. This is by far, I think, the most frustrating one. And I don't know how I managed to... okay, let me just show you something, okay? Went through the ice. Nope, it didn't went through, by the way. Let me try it once again. I'll do it here. And it just doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know what caused it, but apparently it just doesn't work for me. Let me just go with this way. See, other players are fine, but for me it just doesn't work. I don't know if I'm the only one experiencing this problem, but apparently this problem makes this event less fun or even less logical at times. So whenever I play this event, I will try my best to just keep in land. Just don't go in water, because in land you will be much faster and avoid all the problems, essentially all the problems that exist when you go to the water, because apparently it just doesn't work in my case, or maybe it's because of some like weird setting or something like that. See how slow it progresses compared to other people. I thought this is everyone's problem. Then I play this event, of course, with co-op, and I realized why is the problem only specific to me? Maybe maybe because of some sort of settings that I have to check, like that, some sort of like that. But yeah, I don't enjoy playing this part or this level of the event. because I don't think it works for me. It works for everyone else, but not for me. So maybe it's better for me to just do whatever I want, I guess, and hope that everyone else will just do it a bit faster, I think, because I can't. All right, the worst part of the event is over, which means let's try to leave again. Which means we are left with one thing to do. Well, okay. Claim the rewards. Of course, I'm not going to cut the loading for now here. All right, let's just claim all of our rewards. At least this one's easy. There is not really any hard requirements for you. You just play and then you just claim your rewards. That's basically it. And maybe just claim this like very specific battle pass reward for playing the event. I'm just going to claim all. There you go. 28. That's kind of nice. And claim all of your rewards. That's it. And unfortunately, or fortunately, this part, this phase right now is the banner phase, at least in the later half of the 2.8 update is not 2.8, 3.8 update is Wonder and Gogomi. I have both, which means I'm not going to be wishing any one of those, which left me to one more problem to worry about. A next update will be the Fontaine update, which means new characters. Then I'll have to see which character should I wish for and see their big announcement again. And I hope I don't miss any of their live event again. I mean live stream event again, because I've missed twice because of the terrible notifications. I mean, they announced it on Twitter. They assume everyone uses Twitter. I don't.